Hello, and glad you came. Glad you're here. As you're hopping on, let me know where you're coming in from. And our topic for today, I'm done with the video challenge, but I'm doing my live from that I normally do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just now got recently gotten out of my workshop. So I want to share with you something that I learned that could help you in your business and then we'll go from there. So basically we're talking about something called an energy map. I hadn't seen one before, and then I did. I do remember seeing it, by the same leader. His name is JT, and I remember looking at his, thinking, "Oh, that just I don't know if that's going to work for me or not." But anyway, so I want to share with you because it does work for me, and it will work for me, and it works for others because we are not, all the same. So, first of all, let me introduce myself to those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. I do that in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, lead generation, and video marketing. Those are just some of the things that I use, as well as giving you updated and modern strategies and tips. So let's get on to talk about this energy map. This was something that I was in a 2-day workshop, which the times just couldn't be helped. So it did. I didn't get to do my lives exactly when I wanted to, but I did do them later. So, and that is what I'm doing now. But I just wanted to talk to you about this one thing that is called an energy map, and how can it really help you. Take a drink of water. I feel like I got cotton in my mouth, but it can help you when you're doing your planning and thinking about you. And let's go from there. Sorry, oh, must have been the medicine or something I took earlier. I don't know. Anyway, throat's feeling kind of dry, but let's go on. So this energy map is a way for you as you think about how you are, what's the best part of your day, what's the best part for you, when do you think that you are the most productive, when do you think that you have, your energy is low so you're less productive, and looking at that, and he went over like a 24-hour period of time. He mapped his out and then he shared it with us today, and so I got to take a look at his, and then he said, "Now I want you to take this energy map and make it what's going to be, workable for you." So as I'm doing this, I'm thinking I'm like having to like majorly change his around and flip it upside down almost, because he talked about times when you're at your best, and these are the some of the notes that I got today, and as well as when you're not as on point. And he said, he also said, as you're doing this, as you're doing this energy map thing, to make sure that you evaluate and make sure if it's working for you, if it's not, things you may need to tweak or whatever. But so as I was saying, I started, you know, s- changing the colors around that in the map that he gave us. I had to start changing them around because he gets up, I want to say he said 4 a.m. I'm not sure, but I think he said 4 a.m. So he starts his day way earlier, and he always starts off with doing something for himself, self care, on top of maybe even doing some reading, and that kind of thing. But he makes sure to get himself so that he is in, the best that he can be when he's approaching and talking to, others. He has a team, and then he's one of the leaders of, the company that I'm in. So he just kind of handles a whole lot of stuff. He's got a lot on his plate, and he has a team of his own that he, makes sure that we're being mentored properly and what have you. And they've gone through and, So to get off of that, he just has a lot to do, basically. So he starts off at, like I said, 4. And then when I looked at his energy map as I was changing it around to work for me, I'm more of an afternoon, evening person. When I'm at my best, when I'm more alert, more awake, and able to, not be sitting there like this, like I'm about, like I'm about to just pass out or something. And so we're on different levels, but there's still times during the day that we could still get together. If he has a meeting for us, I have, trainings that I've attended of his, and he has things where they are where he's, because of how he knows his energy runs. And he mapped it out, and on the weekend it looks a little different, but not fully different. He's a 7-day person who, for the business, that he's in, which is, leadership over us and his team and what have you. So anyway, for me, I was thinking that I was like, gosh, I'm looking at his, and I just slipped right into the comparison thing, and you don't want to compare. And that is exactly what I was starting to do. So when we had a little time where we would get to just kind of work on things like that. We learn something, and then we would get to implement it. And we wouldn't maybe have time to totally finish it, but we got it in our head because we actually got to do some of the things that we learned over the last 2 days. And this energy map was one thing that I thought this could probably really help somebody if they realize that they can, make their day not about them exactly, but it helps us to make our day as we start off with self-care, and then we go into, whatever else it is, however you have set up your plan, your daily method of operation. And, just looking at his, like I said, I started to compare. So when we got back in after that, just kind of, we were virtual. So when we first, one of the first things that pops out of my mouth is, when he said, anybody have any trouble, any questions, whatever, well, I put my hand up and I said, well, I kind of feel like mine is like totally different from what most people would be, because I guess they're more day people, people that are, early risers than, me. I'm more of an afternoon person. And he said, now, Cherie, you know what you're doing, right? You're getting into compare. And I was like, darn, yep. I fell into comparing myself that quick. It's not like I don't know that we're not supposed to compare ourselves, because that can, we're all different. We're all, we all are individuals, and we do things differently. Even though we may be learning information, somebody might, like to, type out their notes. Some people like to write notes. Some people like to take a picture of what the the information that's on the screen. And all of us are going to have different times when we have more energy and when we have less energy. And so, he had to, like, he pulled my coattails, like, you're into comparison. I was like, oh no, that's all right, you're right. So basically, this energy map is something that I just wanted to kind of let you know that's out there. I don't know if he's shared this elsewhere, and even if there's other people that have it out there. I didn't Google anything. I just went straight with what he gave us today. And I have seen it before because he makes sure that he is helping us to understand and do the best job that we can do in our businesses by looking at some of the things that have really helped him and his team and, his family life. So this is just something for me that's amazing. I hope for you that it is something that is interesting and that you might want to kind of look into it. If you do and you want to go a little bit deeper, I can just give you a little bit more information, or we can have a talk about it. Because for me, it's really, I think that's really going to help me in how I do my daily method of operation. Instead of trying to do things the way, I was told you need to get up at 4 in the morning, you need to get up at 6 in the morning. And I was just like, I'm just not made that way. I mean, I did it when I had my kids. I did it when I was working as a nurse, and I remember most of the time though, my shifts, even before I was a nurse, most of my shifts were day evening, and they primarily put me mostly evenings. So that's just all I knew. I don't know if I've ever been really easy to wake up and get going, and until I had to. I know my mom probably had some issues getting me out of the bed, but she knew how to handle that because she's old school. But anyway, so I don't want to keep going with this, but I want you to just think about your energy levels. Think about when you might be at your best, when you have where you're getting to where you're not as good, you're getting your energy's dropping off a little bit. Would do you get a second burst, like I used to call it, getting a second wind, where you'd be like, okay, I'm ready now, and you come back from a little break or whatever. But yeah, so I think just think about it. An energy map of when are your best energy times, when are your least best, and then when is it just low, and just kind of go from there. It's just notice yourself and notice what's happening with you and around you and how you're dealing with things. I know some people get really irritable when they're tired, and or they get really quiet, you know and so you can kind of pick out some things that could help you, with that. So basically that is it. I am going to have some information in the video, um, uh, so that you can check it out. It's some information that I started with when I first came into this company, and it helped me a lot to, change my way of seeing things. It helped me to be more open. It helped me to learn how to do business, a different way than I was building my business before. Not as frustrating, not upsetting, I learned to build a different way. I learned to have people, come to me as opposed to chasing, people that I don't know, or bugging my family and friends. So I will have that on the video. I and then I'm looks like I may have to go into another meeting, but I will eventually put it on the video sometime after, when this is over. But I have a meeting coming up now, and then after that I have another one. So I will put that information on here though for you, but it may not be on there right away. So that's it. I hope you have a good rest of your day. No matter where you are in the world, no matter what weather you're dealing with, it's been really gray here for, and kind of cold, and, rainy, and, just kind of that kind of stuff. So I don't know what kind of day you're having. But yeah, don't let the weather, knock you down. Just keep going. We got to keep going. We got to keep smiling, got to stay positive, and just keep ourselves moving. Because sometimes it can get a little rough. So take care. I'm going to go on and get off here. Have a good one. Bye.